If you're new to real estate investing, you've probably been told that negotiations can be scary and complicated and a tough skill to master. But what if I told you that's a complete lie? I remember my first negotiation and I was absolutely terrified. I stumbled over my words, I accepted the seller's first offer they made, and I guarantee you I left several $1,000s on the table. I thought I was just bad at it. But here's what I discovered after doing over 500 deals. Negotiation isn't a talent that you're necessarily born with. It's a system that you can learn in literally a day. Today I'm going to teach you that exact system, even if you've never negotiated anything bigger than a car purchase or even less. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to negotiate real estate deals like someone who's been doing it for years. So before we dive into the system, let me tell you the biggest mistake most beginners make. They think negotiation is about winning and losing, and it's not. Real estate negotiation is about solving problems. The seller has a problem and they need to sell their house. You have a problem, you need to buy more good houses. So negotiation is finding a win-win solution that works for both the seller and for you. When you approach negotiation as a problem-solving method instead of a combat, everything changes. Sellers stop seeing you as an enemy and start seeing you as their partner. This mindset shift alone will make you way better at negotiating than 90% of other investors out there. But with that being said, let's dive into the system. Number one is the pre-negotiation foundation. Every great negotiation starts before you ever make an offer. It starts with the research and building rapport. So make sure you start off by researching the property and the market. Know what similar houses are selling for. Know how long the property has been on the market. Know if there's any problems with the house. This information gives you power in the negotiation. If the house has been on the market for 6 months, you know the seller's getting, most likely, very motivated. If similar houses sold for $20,000 less than they're asking, you have justification for a lower offer. Second though, build rapport. People do business with people they like and trust. So spend a few minutes getting to know the seller and asking about their situation, and be genuine. Actually be interested in helping them solve their problem. I always ask these 4 questions. Number 1, why are you selling? Number 2, assuming we work out the details, when are you looking to close? Number 3, what's your biggest challenge or concern around selling right now? And number 4, what would make this deal work perfectly for you? These questions do 2 things. They give you valuable information about the motivation of the seller, and they show that you care about their needs, not just getting a good deal. Which leads me to the next part of the system, the BOFSLO Negotiation Framework. Let me show you my negotiation framework that I call BOFSLO because it's designed for creative financing deals. But these principles can be used anywhere in negotiation. Now, while BOFSLO does mean buy, own, or finance, sell, and lease option, we've created this acronym, this framework for negotiation that's going to help you remember it big time. Number 1, BOFSLO, build rapport. Number 2, offer solutions. Number 3, find motivation. Number 4, structure creatively. Number 5, listen actively. And number 6, overcome objections. So the B, build rapport. We already covered this. Make them like and trust you first by asking great questions. Then we have O, offer great solutions, not just prices. Don't just say, I'll pay you $80,000. If I could solve this and take over the debt and handle all the maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance, what's the least you would take on price? Then the O, find their real motivation. Are they moving for work? Are they getting divorced? Are they just tired of being a landlord? The deeper you understand their why, the better you can structure the deal. And then S, structure creatively. This is where most beginners fail. They only think about price. And I think about terms and timing and creative solutions. How can I make this a win-win? This is the biggest one. L, listen actively. Talk less, listen more. Ask great questions. The person who talks the most usually loses a negotiation. So ask the question and pause for the answer. And then last but not least, O, overcome objections by preventing them. Address their concerns before they even come up. And the biggest way you do that is by building trust. Now, let's get into the type of sellers that are out there. There's 3 types of sellers we're going to talk about. To negotiate effectively, you need to understand these 3 types of sellers. Each require a different approach. The first type is the equity seller. This person owns their house, often free and clear, and has a lot of equity. They're usually older or retired and want monthly income instead of a lump sum for tax reasons or to net more money. With equity sellers, I focus on the benefits of payments over time, of owner financing. Instead of getting $200,000 cash today and paying all the taxes on that, what if I paid you $1,500 a month for a certain amount of time? That's X hundreds of thousands more. You get a steady income over years, you're free and can just move on. Type 2, the debt seller. This is a person who owes as much on their house as it's worth perhaps, or close to it, and they need to sell. They just want debt relief. They want to be done with it and not have to worry about those payments going out every month. Then it's type number 3, the distress seller. This person is often facing foreclosure foreclosure or divorce or job loss or some other crisis, and they just need to sell fast. With distressed sellers, I focus on speed and most importantly, certainty. I can close on your timeline. No inspections, no appraisals, no financing contingencies. You'll have this problem solved by the end of the month. The key is identifying the type of seller you're dealing with and adjusting your approach accordingly. So how are you going to handle objections like a pro? Every negotiation has objections. The key is not to fight them, but to understand what that resistance is and where it comes from. When someone says, your offer's too low, I don't argue. I say, I understand. Help me understand what number would work for you and why. When they say, I need to think about it, I say, that's smart. What specifically do you need to think about? Maybe I can help you work through that. When they say, I need to talk to my spouse, I say, of course. What questions do you think they'll have? Let's make sure you have all the information you need. The secret to handling objections and playing with resistance is to dig deeper. Understand every objection is hiding a real concern, and your job is to find that real concern and solve it for and with them. Negotiation is a skill that separates the most successful investors from everyone else. Master this, and you'll never have to struggle again to find good deals. If you want to learn the complete system for finding and negotiating creative real estate deals, I'm hosting, coming up in a few days, a free real estate challenge. In this challenge, I'm going to teach you the exact scripts that I use and how I find and structure creative deals and give you the confidence to negotiate them like a pro. So just click the link in the description to save your limited seat now, and also hit the subscribe button, drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.